So today we are going to be talking about Fabricious. It's this awesome project that's been put together through Google Experiments. You'll find it with Google Arts and Culture, and it's all about learning about hieroglyphs. It's so cool. You can be using it in a culture class. You could use it with a World Civ class. You can use it just because it's cool and really interesting. So we're going to break it down a little bit today into the 3 different parts, the learn, play, and work part. And you can just think of all the different ways you can build this into your classroom and use it with your students. It's such a cool tool for them to be able to explore and experience. So let's try it out. So the first section we're going to look at is learn. So when you click on learn, it's literally going to walk you through the different ways like to read hieroglyphic script. So it talks about like the forms of writing. It teaches you along the way, which is really cool to see. You can go through the history of it with your students and have the students explore. And the first part teaches you how to write them. So you can trace hieroglyphs and it kind of works its way up. It gets a little more challenging with each part, and you trace them as accurately as you can. So you can choose if you're going to like a large brush or small brush. You can clear it and you can go ahead and just draw in how you think that the shape should be, and students can just draw it right in with their Chromebooks. And this part they can use on tablets as well. Not all parts of Fabricious can be used on tablets, but this part can. So you can just trace it, and then once you are done with your tracing, it will check your results and see how accurate you are. So you get some practice. Woohoo, 100%. Practice with drawing the shapes, which is cool. And it kind of gives the students a feel for what it would be like to write in hieroglyphs. So my shape is pretty close there again. Maybe 91%, not so bad. But it does help you and explain things like this one is a reed. It's used for writing materials, things like that. So lots of cool things that you can do with it. It'll rate your score, and as you move forward, it gives you like different challenges. So then the next challenge is going to talk about how you teach their AI to read hieroglyphs. So the whole thing is this huge project kind of training the computer how to read hieroglyphs so that way they can pull apart and understand different types of writing. So here you have to memorize it. There's a challenge to it, and then you hopefully can redraw it in the similar space that they did. So what's cool about the learn section is you get to try out these different shapes. It'll check your results, see how accurate you are. I'm pretty close there, so that's pretty awesome. And again, they disappear. So this learn section, there's different challenges that you can try out, and then you just kind of draw them in. I did not count the bumps that time as I'm going through. Maybe we're close. We'll see. Not bad. All right. And so it walks you through each of the challenges so it'll disappear and things like that. So that's the learn section. It gives you little challenges and teaches you how to draw. Then we'll go back to where we started from. And the next section is the play section. So when you're looking at this, you can use this, again, if you're learning about ancient civilizations, if you're learning about different cultures. And this one's super fun because you can send coded messages. So what a great way to have a story starter or a challenge for your students or something on the board for them to like problem solve and figure out. And you can literally type your messages and then it will create the hieroglyphs in what it would look like for your writing. So if we say hello, it'll load in, it says greetings to you. I may add in, how are you doing today? And then I add that in. And it will create the hieroglyphs along the bottom, which is super cool. You can delete it out, and then you can load in a new message. I am great today. And again, it will show you the hieroglyphs. So you can send messages or share messages. You can put emojis in there, which is awesome because then they can see emojis like how you're feeling. If you have a broken heart, it'll put that in there too. It's really kind of cool. And then you click send, and then these messages are here. Your hieroglyphs are there, and you can click to share them. And then you can send them through Twitter and email and different things like that, which is really cool. So your students can have a lot of fun with this. They can type in coded messages. They can put in all kinds of different sentences, maybe practicing. You could even do this if you're in language arts class. different ways just to build some hieroglyphs into their writing and just a lot of fun things that they can play around with. So that is in the play section. So if you're in there, you can go through, follow directions. You're taking hieroglyphs and emojis, and then you're able to write coded messages, which is awesome. The third section is going to be the work section. So in the workbench section, once you've kind of walked through the desktop piece, you can click on it, start projects, watch tutorials, and the tutorials are really awesome. They explain everything that you need to know as you're kind of going through the tutorial. It's going to walk you through, you get your different sections of hieroglyphs, and then it walks you through each piece where you do the shading, tells you how to do step-by-step of the project, and it walks through all of that, which is amazing. So that's how the AI project works then, where you're going to shade in the different pieces. So definitely check that out. Again, that's the workbench section. If you're going to go through, and it's going to be in the homepage where you have the setup under work. So Fabricious, there's so many awesome things that you can build this into your classroom, from just learning about hieroglyphs to playing with coded messages to really doing the work and teaching a computer how to understand hieroglyphs. It's an awesome tool. So check it out. You'll find it under Art Experiments with Google, and it's called Fabricious.